الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لا شريك لك.
Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new episode of The Philosophy of Hajj. I'm your host, Khalil Amonette, and we're joined, of course, as always, by our professor, Muhammad Naim Saie. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
We left off, we were talking about, I had brought up that in this time of Hajj, and not only during Hajj, but in our crowded cities in the Middle East, there's crowds, when they're doing rituals in the Hajj, there's pushing, shoving, and for some reason the human impulse is to shove back. And even some people's logic is, when you're push back. What is Islamic, especially in Hajj, what is the way to deal with these situations?
جزاك الله خيرا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم أني نحمدك حمدا يوافي نعمك ويدفع نقمك ويكافئ مزيدك. اللهم أني أسألك علما نافعا وقلبا خاشعا ودعاء مسموعا متقبلا. اللهم أني أسألك إخلاصا في نية وفي قول وفي عمل. افتح علينا فتوح العارفين والصادقين والمحبين واجعلنا منهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وفرج الكرب عنا وعن المكروبين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها يا رب العالمين. نفس الهم عنا وعن المهمومين فك أسى المأسورين وأحسن خلاص المسجونين. اللهم نسألك أن تكون لهؤلاء الظالمين والطغاة والمجرمين أرهم بطشك وآياتك وعزتك وجبروتك يا رب العالمين. أرنا فيهم أياما سوداء واشف صدور قوم المؤمنين إنك أنت الجبار العزيز ذو القوة المتين. آمين اللهم آمين. وبعد. It is obviously seen by Muslims, including ourselves, that sometimes we separate between what is the real meanings of our action, our act, our practice, our Islamic maybe duties, and what is the outer of all of this. In many cases, unfortunately, because of the lack of knowledge and lack of being connected to the time of the Prophet ﷺ, we are not able to combine between the outer and inner. We are not able to understand what's really meaning behind this certain ibadah. In many cases, we are stuck to the frame of it. As we did say in many occasions in different programs about the importance of this Islam of being like piece of art. The frame itself does reflect its value, its importance, its beauty, but we should not forget the work of art itself, which is inside this frame. When we said like Mona Lisa, it is the symbolic example. Islam is the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the art of work of the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a miracle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put some frames to all these Islamic rules, Islamic law issues, to protect, to reflect values, to beautify it. Like when we talk about hijab, hijab does have real meanings. The work of art of the hijab is inside the hijab, inside the woman. The lady is wearing this hijab to try to expose her modesty, her respect to the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by putting this hijab. Hijab is like a frame, is the outer of it, just the announcement, just the title. So when you see sometimes this kind of contradiction between the outer and inner, the frame and the work of art itself, that means lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, and lack maybe of connection between this lady and the lady in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. When you see like lady walking the street, she is with the hijab, she is covering, but as if that she is not covering. The way she is talking, the way she is walking, the way she is dressing even, is not representing the real meaning of the hijab. So Hajj, at the same time, the same things. Hajj is like frames, but does have real meanings. All our episodes now talking about the real meanings of the Hajj. When we talk inshallah in details right now, inshallah ta'ala, on the next episode about the ritual in the Hajj in details, the deep meanings behind it. This is just to encourage Muslims to stop just sticking to the outers at the expense, or maybe the work, or give some kind of importance to the outer at the expense of the inner, the real meanings of all these ritual things in the Hajj. So this is bring you to the fact that in order this Islam to come back again, in the same way the Prophet ﷺ has received from Allah, the same way he delivered this Islam to the Sahaba, and the same the Sahaba have received this Islam from him, ﷺ, and then handled this trust to others, the followers after them. We should do the same thing. We have to combine the same with the Sahaba. They combine between the meanings and the letter of it, between the frame and the art of work itself. Does not matter if someone does just forget about this or maybe ignore this. You have to work on the same meanings we are talking about, inshallah ta'ala.
Or just do the rituals of Hajj and just forget about the important things of why you're doing it and the thought behind the reason why you're doing it.
So just to bring an example, a very practical example, as we said the other time, what is behind kissing the stone, as we'll come to that point, inshallah ta'ala. You are showing that you are in love with this spot. You are following the order of the Prophet ﷺ. But this is the outer of it. The real meaning that you are showing obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, showing respect, showing that you are in full compliance with His orders subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you are not able to keep the frame, the outer of it, keep the inner of it. So you give that chance to someone else. You don't push, you don't fight for that. You will get the same meanings without even kissing. That's why the sunnah is, if you are not able to kiss the stone, just to point to the stone, right? And sometimes maybe you kiss your hand like this, or maybe like this, and you say the dua, and then continue. So you are saying that I'm not able to fulfill or to grab the outer of it, but I'm able at least to grab the inner of it, the real meanings of it. So we have to remember all of this in all our life, not just in the Hajj. When you are fasting, when you are praying, when you are giving the zakah, when you are doing the Hajj, when you are making jihad fi sabilillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if you separate between the outer and inner, you might lose the impact, the effect, but the most maybe risky situation when you are about to lose your reward, your ajr. And the riskiest of that maybe, when you are not just losing your reward, you are gaining bad deeds, God forbid subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because when someone is like trying to push someone in the Hajj just to get his spot, his place, he's not just losing his word, he might get some sin. That means he's like he's turning the whole things against him, God forbid.
Or so, losing the symbolic, like stoning the jamarat, there's no real, the thing is not a devil.
We'll come to that inshallah, details
inshallah.
Inshallah. But this is the most important issue here, that remember, oh my beloved Hajji, my beloved pilgrimage, that you are there to combine between the frame and the real meanings of the Hajj. Al-Kaaba is like a symbolic thing, it's like a frame. The real meaning is the house of God. The house of God is not physical. Allah does not need a house, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah does not live the way we live. Allah is alive, subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is like symbolic things.
And the place was always holy even before Prophet Ibrahim built the Kaaba. This place was holy.
Yes. So inshallah, this is the very important meaning we have to consider in our life, inshallah ta'ala, whether we are in the process of Hajj, or we are in the process of Siyam, or doing anything in our life, combine all the time and consider and giving some special care to the inner of the ibadah, inner of our work. That will show the impact of it later on, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah.
Now, maybe is it about time to start our trip in details?
Inshallah, I think
maybe.
I think we can go into it. I think you said that the start of your journey to the Hajj is the ghusl, which is completely cleaning your body. What is the symbolic? What is behind the symbolic nature of this act? Why do we do this?
So after we finish now talking about the general meanings of the Hajj, the deep meanings of this great ibadah in Islam, we have to introduce this ritual in details, inshallah ta'ala, to start saying that Al-Hajj is maybe the only act of worshipping has a collective work of the whole others maybe, or the rest of the act of worshipping in Islam. If you look at the fasting, it is like they call it physical work. You stop yourself from eating, drinking, something like this. So like this have physical work. You give some physical effort here, right? If you look at the donation or charity, it's like financial effort. Praying, physical effort. Maybe prayer sometimes like spiritual effort. Hajj does have all of this. You have to spend money. You have to spend physical effort.
Time,
right?
effort.
You have to spend from emotional, effort, spiritual, everything. So Hajj does have all these collective issues from all around maybe your act of worshipping in Islam.
And it's so specific in its duties. You cannot diverge from these specific duties and the time and place they take in. But that we can talk about this, inshallah, after the break, inshallah. Professor Saie, that's all we have of time for this segment, inshallah. Please don't go away.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك.
Allah is my heart's speech. Your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I praise Allah the Almighty alone, and I send the best peace and blessings upon His most beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Brothers and sisters, welcome to a live edition of your program, Ask Huda. I cannot pinpoint or determine the fate of any individual by name and say this person is in heaven or this person is in hell. This is not up to me. But we have the general guidelines and the ruling with regards to those who die in a state of Islam and those who die in a state of any religion other than Islam. Fatima asked, do ladies have to call the iqamah before every compulsory prayer? No, they don't have to call neither the adhan nor the iqamah. There are two different opinions, brother Abdul Latif, due to the understanding of the ayah, which says when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam to do the following. He said, يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين. And the names of Allah, brother Abu Bakr, should be توقيفية. The term توقيفية means we do not suggest to Allah a name. We do not ascribe to Him a name based on our assumption.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And Professor Saie, I think we were talking about how the Hajj is so specific in its duties, the time and place they take in. Everything has an order. And of course the wisdom behind this is what we need to find out, and why we're doing this is what this program is about, inshallah, and the specific rituals themselves.
Now, as we said before the break, that Hajj itself is the only maybe act of worshiping that does have all the meanings, or other maybe work in different act of worshiping. As if that you are in the Hajj, you are in the process of fasting and giving charity and praying and doing everything. So the Hajj does have all these collective other meanings from other act of worshipping. And this other wisdom why Allah has made it, subhanahu wa ta'ala, just one time a life. Prayer 5 times a day, fasting 1 time a year, and Friday Jum'ah is one time a month, 1 time a week. But Hajj, because it's not easy, You have to spend money, you have to spend effort, you have to leave your home, you have to struggle, you have to get all these people, as we said in the other episode, it's like struggling, suffering, and showing real test and exam to what you have claimed before you come to the Hajj. So that way, it is one time alive. As we said in the beginning, it should be enough. Because Allah knows subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah knows Azza wa Jal that this Hajj, that you need it in your life twice, Allah will make it twice subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you need it as a human being to be successful, one in this life, to be prepared for the day of judgment, if you need it 3 times, Allah will make it 3 times subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah knows subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah created you Azza wa Jal, if you do the Hajj in the proper way, in the correct way, in the professional way, it is one time Hajj will be enough, inshallah ta'ala. So that's why we repeat again and again, inshallah ta'ala, for our Hajjaj, our beloved Hajjaj, make it as a one-time Hajj in your life. Don't say, well, I will make Hajj this year. I have another chance to make it the second year because I have enough money, I have a cable to do that. Don't do it. Don't say it. You remember when you pray sometimes, what the Imam says?
Pray as if it's your last
La
prayer.
ilaha illallah, sallu salatum wadda, as if this is last prayer in your life. So the same thing, every act of worship in your life, not just every act of worship, every act of doing something to benefit yourself or others, do it as if it is like last one in your life. So I have to perfect this work and consider it to be like the seed of all your work in this life. If you are in your school, as a teacher, as professor, make that class as the last class in your life. If you are in your clinic and you are treating a patient, do it as this is the last medical treatment to that patient in your life, as if that you are going to depart this life later on. So this is like a very deep philosophy in Islam, to make everything in your life as if this is like the last one, because you are perfecting it, you are trying to bring it to the highest level of perfection and goodness, inshallah ta'ala.
And just to put your most effort, and not only that, but preparation, of course, which we talked about in our last episodes.
Exactly. Now, if we start now to our Hajj, what Hajjaj that they do most likely? What is the requirement for the Hajj to start his Hajj? Now he prepared himself, he made his intention, and he get packed with everything he needs to start his Hajj. What does he do usually? And this is the Sunnah, this is what is preferable for every Hajj to do. It is not a condition, but it's preferable. You take shower. This shower, ghusl, is the ghusl ihram. You do it this way. I'm going to take shower to clean myself because I'm preparing myself now to start my Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. This ghusl, as we said in the beginning of this episode, is outer. It is like the frame, the real things. You are going to purify yourself. Purification, this cleanliness is like body, cleaning your body, but you have to clean your heart. The most important things in your life, to have a clean heart. You don't have clean heart, you cannot have anything else in this life. That way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this beautiful comprehensive verse in the Quran Kareem to give the conclusion of someone who will be in a good situation at the day of judgment, when he said have Sayyidina Ibrahim, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ, except those that they have came to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a pure and a clean heart. And he said, alayhi salam, أَلَا إِنَّ فِي الْجَسَدِ مُضْغَةً إِذَا طَهُرَ طَهُرَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ وَإِذَا فَسَدَ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. You have a piece of maybe flesh in your body. If that will be pure, if you have a pure one, clean one, that means we'll be able to clean everything. The rest of your life, the rest of your work, the rest of your action, the rest of your body, the rest of everything is belonging to you. This is by the mercy of Allah and by the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Heart, al-qalb. So when you are taking your ghusl, remember, this is like the outer, cleaning yourself. You are cleaning yourself from your outer, your physical shape, but at the same time you are cleaning, while you are taking a shower, cleaning your heart and taking every kind of enmity inside your heart toward any Muslim. Take out of your heart any kind of maybe envy or any kind of maybe hard feelings toward anyone. clean your heart, purify it. Say, oh Allah, while I'm doing my shower, we witness that I have no enmity inside my heart toward any Muslim. I forgive everyone, inshallah ta'ala. This is the way to take the ghusl, inshallah ta'ala. Cleaning yourself. At the same time,
it's like a psychological way of just saying, I'm going to do this, and with it, you know, all those bad feelings are going to go down the drain, or, you know, I'm going to just wipe them clean, wiping the slate clean.
MashaAllah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is one of the meaning it has to come to your mind. Cleaning yourself to be prepared for that Hajj, because we said that you're going to be having very hard trip, hard journey. So you are preparing your heart as if that you're preparing your body. Cleaning your body does have many meanings beside what we have said. Cleaning your body by taking this shower, as if that you are showing a kind of physical respect, because you are going to be fulfilled the answer the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are going to visit a king or prince, what do? You prepare yourself, you take a shower, you put the best dress you have, right? Because it's showing your respect, or maybe your appreciation to this, maybe call this invitation. These symbolic meanings again and again, inshallah ta'ala, as if that you are showing your respect, your love to Allah, to the status of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by taking the shower, because you are about to start a very great act of worshipping. Allah has commanded you to do subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very beautiful to take the shower and having these meanings inside your mind. The same things Islam has come to order us. We don't hurt anyone. We don't hurt anyone by our tongue. We don't hurt anyone by our heart, as we said, clean your heart. We don't hurt anyone even by our physical shape, because unfortunately we have to insist on these meanings. Hajj to come remind us about these great meanings in Islam. If you are just about to be in any gathering, less, maybe little one or big one, and especially when this big one, you have to take care of your body, take care of your cleanliness. You have to be up to the minute in showing your that you are a very neat person, very clean person. You are very gentle, and you are just considering this gathering to give great feelings and great impression about yourself, and to not hurt and harm someone. It's very bad in this moment, in these days, God forbid, and unfortunately, to see a Muslim go to the masajid, go to the mosques, go to the Hajj, and you smell bad smell from these people because they did not take care of themselves. They did not put some kind of like fragrance or maybe some kind of maybe something to take out this bad.
But of course, during the Hajj we can't wear fragrances. But I mean,
from this moment when you take the shower, you could put perfumes, you could put fragrance before you start your ihram.
Okay, before.
And this is the sunnah now.
Okay.
He used to do it for that reason, because he will about just to stop all of this after he will get inside the Hajj ritual, the Hajj actions. So he's preparing himself, his heart, his mind, and his body to put some fragrance, some perfumes. So he's ready now to be with the people, inshallah ta'ala, so he'll not harm or hurt people. So this is some of the meaning of like taking the ghusl or shower before you start your Hajj.
And Professor Saie, so this ghusl is symbolic, is physical and symbolic. You're symbolically washing away your sins, of course. And the ihram is supposed to symbolize that you are now sort of reborn, and you're about to go on this journey to become a new person, a new Muslim. Is that a fair assessment?
To be continued, inshallah, next episode, inshallah.
Inshallah. So that's all the time we have for Philosophy of Hajj. Inshallah, join us. We'll talk about all the specific rituals from A to Z. What is the reasons behind them, inshallah, the philosophy behind them. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك.
In the coming episodes, we're going to talk more about this specific rituals and what the wisdom is behind of it, just like the ihram and preparing for the ihram, and the wisdom behind the clothing. That's all the time we have. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ثم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك